Hello again, everyone. It is a second live video I'm doing today, and I'm so excited. I have more sparkles for the world. This time, I also have somebody in the background that you get to meet in a minute. And this call, as you see in the ticker here already in the bullet caption, is all around wellness and joy. And you will get inspirations in this call to bring more wellness into your life wherever you're at. So you might be in a stage where you're actually going through a really intense health challenge. I come from a cancer healing journey. I'm still in that journey. So there can be deep inspiration for you for that. Or you might be seeking more wellness and joy and feeling pretty good already, but you have this sense of, you want to expand this more in your life. So I am coming here with this call to promote a new group that I'm starting that gives even more access to resources and inspirations on how we can create more wellness and joy. It's a super exciting group, and I have really awesome people that I invited there who actually regularly also contribute. So I have mindset coaches in there. I have joy coach, that will be me. I have people in there who focus on energy healing. I have people in there who are nutritionists, and there's nurses in there. So we have Western medicine, we have holistic medicine, and we have mindset coaches, body, mind, spirit, all the things are present. And I'm also inviting, actually, if you are a healer, coach, mentor, and wellness and joy is a thing for you that you help people with, I also want to invite you to that group. As I'm all about win-win-wins, I'm creating this space for inspiration, for empowerment, that anybody who wants more wellness and joy in their lives can find access, and you can inspire others with your own teachings, with your own stories. So it's a very abundance, open-minded space. So I'm getting a heat flash right now. I'm going to have to do this. Woo! Okay, so I am going to introduce my guest here and bring her on the call. So welcome, Amy Carlson. You are here in the call with me, and you're one of the contributors. And I want to say a quick introduction for Amy. So she's a mindset coach for high vibe creators ready to live more fully and lean into their zones of genius. And her website, you already see it, and her email is sheforcecoach.com. Welcome, Amy. Why don't you say hi and say a little bit more of what you do and why are you in this group? What's so cool for you?
Hello, Astrid. Thanks for having me today. Why I'm in this group, I'll start with that. What initially drew me to it was I hadn't met you yet, but I saw your post and it was about joy and wellness. And so those words just drew me to it. And then, of course, after having a conversation with you and seeing your sparkly personality, I was like, oh, I have to participate in this. And so I do mindset coaching, overcoming ideas of lack, scarcity, limits, and all of that to align with that abundant and thriving innate nature that I believe we all have.
Yes, I love it. And I'm so happy that you're there. So welcome, Amy, and everybody. As you're here, I'm quickly going to introduce myself also, so you can meet me if you haven't met me. And then we're going to give you a few tangible inspirations and play prompts. I also have my book here that I can intuitively open to give you an inspiration prompt. And Amy will have some magical inspiration that will help you bring more wellness and joy into your life right now. So quickly about me, I simply help people make their life and their business more sparkly. I wrote a book called Permission to Sparkle. There's a sticker on it because I use it for interviews. It's all about sparking your dream life. And I have used the same principles in here also in my cancer healing journey that has been one of my biggest personal challenges so far in life. Another one was getting divorced and things like that. So I've actually lived through that of how do I bring more wellness and sparkle into my life, right? And one of the big catalysts for me has been to focus on joy. That has also been the big inspiration for me to start this new group and actually call it Cancer Catalyst to Wellness and Joy. I'm going to get the ticker one more time. um, because joy has been a catalyst for me to really access my resilience, to walk the path in peace. It has been one of those things that really helped me. And so, yeah, so I'm a catalyst of joy. I'm a designer. I'm a business strategist, a cancer thriver, and just passionate about helping people make their life and business more sparkly. So that's about me. So Amy, do you want to get started and share something, a tool that helps you personally, or as you work with clients, to bring more joy and wellness into their lives with your superpowers? What would you say?
Oh, sure. Well, one of the things I love to do is I know for myself, I get in my head sometimes, maybe too much. And so being able to drop into my body helps me get more creative in my solutions and things. So,
Yeah.
one of the things that I've done that is kind of fun when I work with clients, but I also use it for myself, and it may be helpful for people when I feel a thought going round and round and round up in my head,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like that hamster wheel that
Yes.
just so then I imagine that it's my head like one of those big gumball kind of things where you put a coin in and then the gumball starts to spiral down, down, down.
Yes.
So I allow the thought to come like that gumball down into my body and I
Okay.
can put a color with it. So I like to get creative and think of the colors. I imagine the spiral, I see the color dropping into my body. And then, I just coach people to say, okay, now feel that as it drops into your body. What does it feel like?
Mm-hmm.
What signals are you getting from your body? Does it change color? As it
Nice.
and so then just imagining that spiraling keeps going down through the body, eventually comes out by the feet,
Yes.
and then pretending that, the feet are where that gumball comes out, and that's where almost like a message in a fortune cookie, that's
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. This is so brilliant and fun. Yes. Go
so
on.
then to, imagine opening that and seeing if there is, a solution or a word or some sense of
Nice.
relief so that thought has landed in a
Yep.
solution.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious and it's so brilliant. Thank you for sharing this
Uh,
tool, the gumball. What's the name? How do you call it?
well, just dropping the gumball, I guess.
Dropping the gumball. That's very cool. I'm gonna play with that one that next time that happens for me. That's so great, and I love that you have playfulness in there. This is so brilliant. That's and we have somebody else in the background, and I'll bring you on camera in a second. uh, um, I yeah, it's brilliant because like I say in my book too. It's when we first you stop. So like I'm just reflecting how I view what you're doing. Um, you realize there's a thought that is not beneficial. That's the first thing, right? And then you're like, okay, hello, and then you're like, you find a tool that you want to use. In your case, the gumball machine, and then you make it playful. And that's what I do in my book too. There's all these play prompts in there because when we get into the play mode, things aren't so heavy. Like we're having actually more superpowers, and that's why the joy is for me such a big key, right? um, and then when you're in playfulness, you also access your heart's wisdom as opposed to just your mind. So you get out of your mind, and because it's so brilliant. I love it because I'm just so excited about it. I see it also because if you visualize it, it's like a mini super easy meditation. You visualize it, your mind focuses on this. This is like a hypnosis technique too, right? If you look at something, so in your mind's eye, you're like, oh, here's a gumball, here's a gumball. So you don't spin
Yeah.
in like in random circles, but you're like, I'm focusing on this. I see you, I see you. um, and then you listen to your heart of that the wisdom, and you're not running away from it. So you're not going to party, to drink, to TV, blah blah. You're actually taking it, and then you poop out a gem.
Exactly.
I am so freaking excited about this. Thank you for sharing that. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. We got one amazing play prompt, and that is also streamed into my group. And I want to introduce my next guest now, who has another piece of magic here. And I will say that she is an amazing singer with a gifted voice. When she sings, every time I get chills, and a lot of times, most of the time, I start crying because it touches my heart directly. And she has such a big heart. She has a big passion also to really bring love and joy to the planet. And she's one of those spirit sparkle people that I have in my circle, like Amy too. We're all about spreading joy because we're meant to live in joy, and that creates wellness. So I'm going to bring her on camera. Welcome, Jana. Jana, I'm going to ask you to move just a tiny bit so we can. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you're perfect. Now we have
Yeah.
you fully in the camera.
Mhm.
Would you introduce yourself with anything I left out that you want to say so people can meet you? Just say hi real quick.
Oh, I didn't know that you. First of all, I'm so happy to be here and to see you, Astrid, and to meet Amy. Yeah, and I was listening. I joined when I was listening to Amy's tip. I love it. I love it so much. So what do you want me to introduce?
Just say hi to the world and maybe why you are one of the contributors in the
Oh,
Catalyst to Joy and Wellness group. What called you to, why are you passionate about contributing to that group, and then what you do?
yeah. Well, absolutely. Well, first of all, it's the personal love, I would say, for you and your spirit.
Aw.
And because everything you do, you bring so much. You already said it. It's your word. It's the sparkle. It's the joy. It's just all the goodness that you can see. Even if you don't feel it in the moment, you are not going down, down, down the spiral. You can stop yourself, and you don't uh, let me just think for a second. What I'm trying to say, Astrid, you have this ability to turn it around. I mean, we feel what we feel in the moment.
Yeah.
We're humans, but some people dwell on things less than happiness and joy, and you don't, and that's what unites you and me.
It gets shorter and shorter. It still happens to me every now and then. It's like,
Of
but
course, it can. That's
yeah.
what I mean. If we do feel it, if we do
Mhm.
feel it, because the external circumstances, no one took it away from us. But when the focus is on joy, then the joy will always find a way. And when Amy, were sharing your tip, it reminded me of one of the techniques. We have many, but one of them is the story of the lotus, because lotus is one of those flowers that lives and grows in all this in the Yaqui area, right? It's not pretty around the lotus, and actually, and this fascinates me, and I'm not the only one. For centuries people were fascinated by the fact that this beauty comes out of the mud, and something that is less than, right? And maybe it's not less than, maybe it's the harmony, maybe it's the balance of the world that it represents. And so when I'm not feeling 100%, when I'm not in my default vibration of joy, I can use my language freely with you guys.
Yes.
Then the one of the techniques that I learned is to imagine, to visualize that you are putting all your thoughts that are not serving you, or even if it's a question, and you are literally kneeling and giving it up to the lotus, so that
Mhm.
the lotus can take
Right.
it and carry it on, like carry it away, like down the river, whatever body of water it happens to be in that moment, and it's out of your system, and when ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you for giving that visual. We're getting amazing visuals today. This is so awesome. So, Jana, after this, but when we head out, will you sing a song for us too?
Sure.
Oh, I would love that so much. Thank
Which
you.
do you, yeah, you just have to tell me which one you want. You want the more of the upbeat one, or you
I
want?
will I will let you tune into your own intuition and see what comes through. So I'm gonna do a play prompt first, and then whatever you're inspired to share will be perfect. Thank you. So, oops, I just opened the book because I also want to give an inspiration on how you all can create more I was going to say playfulness. Yes, also playfulness, wellness, and joy. And I landed on a play prompt here in the middle of the book. Like I mentioned, there's a ton of play prompts in there. And this one is super simple. And this is, by the way, how you can actually use the book as one of the ways. You just close your eyes and you stick your finger in there, and wherever you point, it will inspire you to something. That's how the universe works when we're curious, right? So here we landed on a play prompt that says, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not sparkly at all, and 10 being, I love my life and feel fabulous. Where are you on that scale right now? So you can simply ask yourself that. That is already a powerful beginning of even acknowledging where you're at. And then when you're from there, then it says here, don't judge yourself where you're at, because there's no right or wrong. But of course, now we can ask ourselves what we want, right? Then you can ask yourself, so, okay, so I'm at I don't know, I got number 4 or whatever. I'm just making an example right now. And then you can ask yourself, well, what really serves myself right now? What do I want? What am I not giving myself permission to, right? And it might be something simple like, I need fresh air. I actually did that today as a simple example. This has been something that, ironically, I've been struggling with, going outside before like mid-afternoon or something. My heart has been wanting to go outside for a walk in the mornings forever. And how long does it take me to do that? A long time. So I got the same message also from spirit again and again in my intuitive drawings everywhere. Go to nature, go to nature. It's all good. No judgment, but go to nature. Right. And today I actually did it. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, I'm awake and I don't need to go back to sleep again. What am I going to do? And then I got excited. I have so much space. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to do what I've been really wanting to do, to go to nature. And I did. I went for a walk, just a short moment, and it really fed my soul. It seems like such a simple thing, but I really acknowledged what my heart wanted. And I came back to a call and I got the best inspirations. I felt so nourished by this small thing. So our heart knows best. And when we give ourselves permission to do that, and in my example, you see, it's a very subtle thing. I've been dismissing this whole thought the whole time, but when we dismiss a thought of a heart desire, it lingers, and then we feel like shit for not acknowledging this. We're actually not loving ourselves by fully embracing that, And again, it's like, don't judge ourselves, because that's also making it heavy. We don't need to be mad, like bullying ourselves, but just listening to our heart and actually taking that inspired action. That is my inspiration for more joy and wellness for everybody watching. And as you see the ticker below, and I'm going to turn it off in a second because that's freaking annoying. But it's this new Facebook group. This is why we're doing this live. If you want more joy and wellness in your life as well, come into the group called Cancer Catalyst to Wellness and Joy. And it's not just for cancer patients, it's for you if you want more wellness and joy in your life, or if you just really love that topic and you have something that you want to contribute and inspire others with your story or your teachings. It's a very open group. So Jana, I would love to give you the mic to share some of your magic of healing music. Your music is so healing. I'm grateful to have you.
Thank
If
you.
you would share a song, anything you're inspired to share.
Absolutely. Before I share a song, Astrid, it just reminded me as you were sharing, because I didn't really answer the question, like, why am I contributing to the group? Well, first of all, it's my love to you. Second, it's I believe, well, not that I believe, we already know that everything is connected. It's mind, body, and spirit. So whenever we are going, people who are going through something like body related, I wouldn't even call them challenges. I always remember this one phrase from Ram Dass, who, when he got a stroke, he said, "I was stroked by God."
Oh, wow.
And it just really, really shifted my perspective on everything that we as humans are going through, and it's all for the betterment of the soul. Although sometimes it doesn't happen. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like that in the moment. And I just want to support everybody. And just say that, hey, we are all in this together. Everybody has a story. Every single one has a
Yes.
story. If you start talking to people, everyone has a story, although it's
Mhm.
seemingly like all glorious and all of that. We grow in it so much. So I just want to be a part of the community, to support as much as we can. And this is my message. I stand by that. It's the lines from the song that I wrote to my TV show for kids. But we, in a way, I believe we are kids of all ages. So the message is, you loved, you seen, you heard, and you matter. So that's the message. And if I can do more, whatever I can do, I'm happy. I'm happy
Thank
and
you.
to contribute. So the question remains, I'm debating. Like, I have two songs in my head, and they're not written by me, although I do write my own. But right now, today, you pick, Astrid and Amy. There's one Saint Francis prayer that I love so much, and you already know it. Make me a channel of your peace. And the other one is a kid's song, but it's really cool. I mean, it doesn't have to be kid, and it requires your participation. So hand motions. So which one do you want? This one, the second one?
I want the kids one. How about you, Amy?
Right. Can you snap with me? And the words are super simple. There are 3 verses, right?
Unmute
Can
myself.
you see me? Can you see me? Because I don't know. I'm moving. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna snap at the same time and sing along with me. You, of course, I don't know. By the way, because you're using a different software, right? So maybe there is no delay in sound. Let's see if we can sing at the same time. Can we actually try it? I don't know. You can unmute yourself. Yes, up. Okay. Anyway, let's snap, 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 snap. I've got peace, peace, peace in my fingers. See what I can do. I've got peace, peace, peace in my fingers. I'm gonna shake hands with you. I've got words, words, words in my head. See what I can do. I've got words, words, words in my head. I'm gonna talk things over with you. I've got love, love, love in my heart. See what I can do. I've got love, love, love in my heart. I'm gonna give some to you. I've got peace, peace, peace in my fingers. Words, words, words in my heart. I want love, love, love in my heart. I'm gonna give some to you. I've gotta give some to you. Mwah! Thank you for doing it with me.
Thank you so much, Donna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, oh my gosh, like this totally raised my vibration hearing you and like engaging with our body is so brilliant. There's so much in there that makes us feel better. And yeah, even if we're all super down, like singing along, all those things are so powerful. So I know it might sometimes feel harsh, like, or just like too far removed when you're like in a really deep space, but see what feels right. Like as you're watching the replay or the live, everyone, do what your heart tells you to do. If you're like curious, you're like, oh, I wonder if that might feel me better. If you feel like dancing, then dance, express yourself, do the things. And if you don't feel like it and you just feel like being there and give yourself a hug, that is fine too. Do whatever your heart calls you to do. That will lead you to joy and wellness. So that being said, I am going to wrap this call with one more invitation for everybody to see where we can find the group. And Jana, do tell us where people can find you. I would love to make that also public because we have Amy's website there. Where can people find you if they want to learn more about you and your songwriting? You know, I know you do this for change makers and you have this amazing gift of bringing love and healing to the planet. Also with personalized VIP songs. Where can people find you, Jana?
The easiest way, I mean, through the website HB Academy Today. HB stands for Hummingbird. So hbacademytoday.com. That's one thing. But social media, yeah, I'm everywhere. Instagram, you know, Jana Spitz, just my first and my last name, and Facebook. Just DM me. Nowadays, it's so easy.
Yes.
Yeah, and on YouTube. Yes, check out the videos. Yes.
Google Jana, she's gonna pop up everywhere.
Yeah, there's two. Can I mention there are two channels. The one is Jana Spitz, where we have interviews with Astrid, for example. So it's the interviews that I do with experts in different fields. It's for adults, and there is another channel for those who are interested in learning from both worlds, our youth. Then that one is called the Kids Universe with the ZKIDZ Universe, but you have to put the in front of it. That's the channel where you can see children's songs, but also what is relevant to this conversation is I interview children, and there's so much wisdom. When we listen to them, it's just absolutely, every time I listen to a child, it blows me away. If we could only listen to both worlds, the children and the adults, the world is going to be definitely a different place, like more harmonious. There's going to be more love and more understanding and more compassion. So thank you. Thank you, Astrid.
Thank you for sharing your magical spaces. So I'm going to blend in the link, the ticker, one more time for anybody watching this. Come join the group if it calls you, or check it out if you're not sure. You find more in the group description to bring more wellness and joy into your world, whether you are going through a deep disease or health challenge, or are simply interested in bringing more wellness and joy into your life. And that goes for so many of us these days. So feel free to also share the group with anybody that you feel might be interested and might seek more joy. We're all watching. I'm not watching the news anymore. I don't even have a TV, but a lot of people watch a lot of news and like are involved in a lot of or see a lot of the negativity in the world. And it's also my intention to share more positivity, spread the joy, because that helps us all feel better and to not even get sick and to stay healthy and to become healthier. So two sparkles all over to everybody, more joy, and You find me also, like last thing, you also find me. Where's my link? You find my link here. If you're curious more about me, I have magical things that help people make their life and their business more sparkly, with brand magic, with design, and with my Sparkle book. I have several programs and things that are cooking. If you resonate with what I do, come find me. And that's it. And so see you all in the group or wherever you're guided to go. And thank you so much.
Thank you.